Howdy, leader. And I use that word purposefully, and as it is normally defined, I'm assuming you are a leader because there's some people following you. Let me give you some leadership advice, and this is why this is in this section alone. And this is from one of the great philosophers of all time, Socrates, as they say in the movie, or Socrates. He said that there are three criterias that you should use when speaking about someone. First of all, always speak to people, not about them. Great distinction there. But when you have to speak about them, when you're counseling with someone, that can also be helpful to that third person, and you're having to speak about them, use this framework from Socrates. Number one, is it truthful? And can it be validated as such? Not matters of opinion, not I think or I hope. Is it factually based? Is it fruitful? Is it truthful, sorry. Number two, is it good? Is it in the realm of the positive? Can you restate that negative behavior in maybe a slightly more positive way? Does it move people? Does it move things in life and thoughts forward or up? Or is it one of those depressing, negative, heavy conversations? And number three, is it useful? What's the point of this conversation if there's no therefore what? If there's no action item, if it's something that can be used to move someone's life forward? Is it truthful? Is it good? And is it useful? Those are the frameworks, or that's the framework rather, that we should be talking about people in with other folks. If I'm a presidential and I'm working with a director talking about a brand new manager, is it truthful? Is it good? Is it useful? He also said that there is a prioritization of the things we should talk about. We should talk about, number one, ideas, especially when it relates to this new manager. What are the ideas we can do to help her? Number two, events. Are we talking about events that have happened and analyzing them? Are we planning the new ones? That gives us something productive to focus our time on. Third priority is we talk about people. So the first priority is what are our ideas and what's the program or what's the pattern? What are the events that we're working on or reviewing or leveraging from? And third are the people that flow into those events and from them. I find that those two things have been a wonderful, helpful framework for me. In fact, I have them pasted on the wall of my office there, over my phone. So when I'm talking with someone and I veer into talking about them, I double check myself to make sure, hang on a minute, that wasn't, I don't know if it was truthful or not, I just can't validate it, so therefore I'm going to stay away from it because I want to stay on stuff that's truthful, that's data-based, that's not matters of opinion. Is it good? Is it useful? Am I talking about ideas as my first priority, events as my second priority, and thirdly, people as my third priority? Borrow those frameworks from one of the great philosophers of all time. I'm not perfect at it yet, but it certainly helps me in terms of maintaining the conversation at a level that I would be proud for the person we're speaking about to listen in on, such that I wouldn't say anything that would embarrass me later on or could be reported as embarrassing. I assume that person's right there. And you're talking about truthful, good, and useful. When you're talking about ideas, events, and then people, then more often than not, I'd be happy for that person to be there, a fly on the wall, listen to that conversation about them, or frankly, have them as part of that conversation. Thanks and have a good day.